Hi everybody. Welcome back. I am going to sew up a cute little Monroe handbag today by Linds Handmade. Hopefully I can get it all done. I think I can. I have to take my daughter somewhere at 6. I got 2 hours. Let's do it. 2 hours is better than no hours. I was going to get on here earlier and oh my gosh, I got distracted with my brother's scan and cut. Guys, that tool is either super helpful and awesome or super frustrating. I haven't decided which yet. Hi, Stacy and Katie. All right, I was just putting on my cute little purse feet real quick. Hi. Yay. And having a little hummus and pretzel. Okay. Morning. You're in New Zealand. It's morning time. It is not morning time here. It is almost 4 in the afternoon. Where has my day gone? I don't know. I was going to get on like at 11 a.m. and it just never happened. You guys get that, right? Okay, so I'm doing a Monroe handbag. I recently made one. It's adorable. I don't know how I didn't find it before this. But we are doing, I think it's out, right, Lindsay? This is one of the projects for the Linds Handmade retreat coming up. Registration opens on Friday. Guys, 2 more days. Registration for the October Linds Handmade retreat. Super excited. It is such a fun time. If you have, okay, it's not a secret. I didn't think so. I was going to be like, oops. If you have ever wanted to do a sewing retreat, I'm telling you what, this one is such a fun retreat. And so this time around, we are doing the Monroe. And one of the things that the retreats feature, she wants to do it more skill-based. So she wants to teach you different types of skills, which is amazing. And so one of the skills that she wants to teach you for this retreat is rolled handles. I attempted my first rolled handles on my first bag. And I should have brought it in here. It's out there. They weren't the worst, but they weren't the best. I have learned that I need more patience to let glue dry and paint dry and all of the things. And I didn't have the right materials. So I am waiting on the right materials to come so I can perfect my rolled handles. But until then, I really wanted to make up another one to kind of get ideas of color combos that we want to do for the retreat. Because I had the materials and Lindsay doesn't yet. So I told her I would put one of these together and see what we think. So we're just going to try this out. I am just doing flat handles for this one because of the fact that I don't have all of the goodies that I need for the rolled handles. But we will be doing rolled at the retreat. So don't let this fool you. But I think the flat handles are going to look adorable as well. And I'm going to do the continuous handles just a little bit different than she has in the pattern. I'm just doing one long piece folded in half on itself. I've done this type of strap before on a video. So you guys have seen it. And yeah, we're just going to see if we can do this bag in 2 hours. What do we think? I think we can. I will say, I don't know how this pattern got past me because it is super cute and very in right now. And my daughter saw this bag, the first one that I did. And you guys, she rarely asks me to make her bags. She's super picky. She buys all of her Louis Vuitton knockoffs, right? But she saw this bag and she asked me to make her one. I'm going to have to enlarge it to 120% because she wants it for school to carry her school stuff in when she starts in the fall. So Lindsay has done one at 120%, which I think is perfect. I measured her laptop and I think that will be the perfect size for it. So I am going to, after this one, I'm going to do one at 120% for my daughter, and hopefully she likes it. Okay, so I've got my straps here. I just doubled the length that we need for the handles, and it's just one long cut. I am just, okay, I'm going to put the camera down and in. I'm done chit-chatting, sorry. I usually sit and chat for the first part. Okay, we're going to go down and in, guys. How's that? I do have kids at home. All my summer videos, that's just how it's going to be. So if I have people coming in and out, I apologize. So I am using all Tulip Bee faux real for the outside of this bag. It is fabulous stuff. You guys, it feels so leather-like. I absolutely love it. So these are going to be 1-inch wide handles. I was going to try and prep these before I started the video, but that's okay. All right, so that's the idea for the first one. And then I need to go ahead and slide on my rectangle rings on here, okay? Dupe and dupe, just like that. And then you want to sew this piece together. These two edges here, we're going to sew those together, okay? So she does it a little bit different in her pattern. I'm just kind of making it, I just made it just a little bit easier for me. Oops, I didn't finish threading my machine. You guys. Let me put the right bobbin in. I am using caramel on the whole bag. It's going to be kind of hard because I've got black, caramel, or saddle brown, and oceanic. And I debated changing threads, but since I'm not doing the rolled handles, I'm just going to do caramel. If I was doing rolled handles, I would definitely use black thread to match because it'll show my mistakes if I use the caramel. So the black thread would hide all the mistakes I would make. So anyways, we're going to try it with the caramel. All right, so I'm going to sew these two edges together. Are your ears burning? I just mentioned you in the post I just submitted to your Facebook group. It was last night's project, so now I need to sew another one. Yay! Wasn't that one cute, Kathleen? Ugh, I loved it. I got a little note, so I'm going to just trim this right here just so it doesn't show poking out when it's all turned. I got a little note from the designer saying she is working on a modification for that sling, the Kassiah sling, to make it have a gusset and be wider like I was talking about. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm excited to see what she comes up with for that because I think it would look adorable if it had a little bit wider of a gusset. I'm just putting another little piece of tape down so this all stays put. Opening that seam. Yeah, so thanks, Lindsay. She does 2 pieces, so your seam is the same on both sides, so you just don't have one seam. I'm not as picky about it, especially for this bag, so I'm just doing it with the one seam. Thanks, Lindsay. So either way works. So now I've got one big loop here, okay? We have one big circle, and we have our rectangle rings on, and then you just have to decide. So like she was saying how she does it in the pattern, she does it so you have, you know, 2 even seams. I'm just going to put one of the seams kind of down here on the back of my handle. right there. And call her good. So you just want to line those up now. Do you see that? Isn't that cute? So it's a nice, clean handle. Hi, Misty from Ohio. You guys, we only have one Ohio Swag Dash spot left. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. One left on Sunday, and then we are sold out. So crazy. What sewing machine do you use? Sabrina. I use a King Max GC0302. It is equivalent to a Juki 1181N. It's just a different brand of machine, so, but pretty much the same. Okay, so that's my handle. Ain't she pretty? Just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put my other one together, and then we'll sew them up. Annette, I was watching your Bartleby sling. Oh, yay. All right, so I try my best during these lives to watch the comments and answer questions. So if you answer a question and it scrolls by without me seeing it, feel free to ask it again, okay? Carol, laying in bed watching you nearly 11 p.m. in the UK. Have missed your tutorials. Oh, yay. I'm trying to be better to hop on here more, okay? Summer's been crazy. I don't have to take another trip for a little hot second, so I'm hoping to get some videos done. And I've been dying to sew up another one of these cute little bags, so why not? Why not? This is one of my favorite. If you're going to do like a handle or a strap that needs to be really clean and nice and not have a raw edge, this is one of my favorite ways to make them. It's a little bit more time consuming, but it's totally worth it. I just realized I told my daughter I was going to do a little photo shoot with her of the bags that I've made, and I forgot. That's okay. We'll get to it. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Cynthia. Your box arrived today. Your Tulip Bee box. Yay. All right. So now I want to sew these two little guys together. Kassiah, your blush pink zipper, would you describe it as baby pink? Yeah, I would. It's a pretty light pink. Late to the party. What gorgeous bag are you working on? I am making a Monroe handbag from Linds Handmade. I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to tape down that seam first so it doesn't give me so much of a problem. You know, I love Whack tape, Whack, however you say it, but I wish it tore. You know, like how some tape you can just like tear. You can't really do that with this. That's okay. There. Oh, that's better. I taped that seam down. And then we're just going to put one more piece of tape right along the edge here and along this edge. I used your new thread Rosy Cheeks today, and it matched so well with the Tulip Bee Siah Pink Faux Reel, right? Doesn't it go so good with that? That's what I usually use too, is that combo. Yeah, I know. But I do love the stickiness of this tape. There's no denying how sticky it is. All right, I'm just going to clip down that seam so it doesn't pop up on me. Beautiful. All right, and then I'm just going to put the seam kind of down in this corner again, kind of like I did on the other one. I want them to kind of match here. Right there. And then we'll put some tape on the inside. Almost there. Hi, Minzy. I'm still going off of my little defective roll here. I know I should tell Waywack about it. I guess they'll send you a new roll if you got one of these defective rolls, but I just haven't had the time. I just have to unroll it really carefully. Okay, we're going to sew this handle up. Let's do it. Camera angle's okay, yeah? Now I'm like, do I want to pull my thread through to the back? I think we'll be okay. All right, again, the rolled handles in this pattern are gorgeous. And I will try them on my next one, but I'm just waiting for the stuff to get here that I need. So in the meantime, flat handles it is. I'm going to move the camera just a little bit, guys. There we go. A little bit closer and better. Is the dispenser, did you get it through Waywack, or is it a different place that you got that, Kathleen? Okay. Ooh, she pretty. I love it. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's a pretty handle. This black faux reel sews up so nice. All right. Second one here. And I recently got a smooth, narrow walking foot just from Amazon. My friend Danny from Measure and Cut shared the link with me, and I put it on my machine, and you guys, I kind of love it. It doesn't bite my vinyl. It doesn't have the sharpness on the bottom of it. And it's a more narrow foot. I kind of love it. It's listed on my Amazon link if you guys are curious. But it'll work on any of this type of model of machine. Hi, Amber. Like normally I would have to worry about my foot just ripping up the vinyl right there. And it doesn't do it with this one. I'll still put it behind because I'm always worried about that, but pretty nice. No, not for domestic machines, just industrial. Okay, there are my handles. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to set those aside. And we are going to work on this and our slip pocket. I did the front slip pocket just a little differently. Where is it? Come on. Where are you hiding? All right. Here. And this. And this. Okay, so I'm doing my slip pocket just a little different because my vinyl's thick. So I'm just doing a, so it can be raw edged, right? Because your connectors are going on either side. This is being sewn into the bottom, and then you have a trim on top. So I just did two pieces. One's the front, one's the back. Same size that she has, you know, for the pocket size in the pattern. So I'm just going to baste these two pieces together. And then I'll add my trim. Susan, I can't sew at the minute, so watching your videos makes me happy. I've been diagnosed with cancer and having operations soon. Oh, I'm prayers with you, Susan. I hope all goes well for your surgery. Just going to mark my bottom center so it's easier to place onto my piece when I'm done. And then here's my trim. Well, Susan, I'm glad we could brighten up your day today. I love anyone named Susan. All right, and here's my trim. So this is technically the back of the bag. This little pocket that's on it is on the back of the bag. You could do either one, though. It doesn't really matter. Dawn, can't believe I haven't seen this bag before. I love Linds. What a cute little bag, right? I think this one, for some reason, I don't know how I skipped out on this one. I don't know what I was doing in the world to not see this bag because it's freaking adorable. I really like it. All right, so I'm just putting my little trim on here. Okay, I'm going to sew that on. Hi, Sheila. And then she has you go ahead. There's not a discount code, Betsy. It's an older pattern. So no discount code. Just go grab it. All right. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, no. Both my handles fell in the trash. That trash is just in the wrong spot sometimes. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do my lining slip pocket while we're at it. And just got my order today. Thank you. I love everything. You are very welcome, Miss Sheila. All right, so in the pattern, she's using canvas. So she just does a one-sided slip pocket, so she doesn't fold it over anything. I'm using this, so I did a fold-over pocket. I just doubled it. So the inside matches the outside. And you know, this material, you could leave it like this is the inside. It totally would work too. Either way. So I am just going to baste my pocket. Baste my pocket here together. And this would be a cute place to put a cute little tag if you had one. I didn't pull one out for this bag. All right, so this is my slip pocket. I'm gonna go put my trim on it. Sorry, I need a drink. I have something stuck in my throat. All right, that's better. Hi, babe.
Hello.
I'm on a video. What's up?
I don't know. I just came in.
Okay. What are you holding a towel for?
Camp.
Huh?
Camp.
Are you going to take that one to camp?
It's a towel, so I just grabbed a random towel.
Okay. Make
If
sure
that's
that
okay.
you remember which one's ours, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Let me know if you need any other help or questions, okay?
No.
You got everything on the list?
Almost.
Okay.
What time do you have to leave?
6 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love ya. What color is Smoothie Smooth? I'm not sure what color this is. I don't know. But I like it. Gail, I am loving my new narrow foot. It's fabulous. All right, so there's my inside slip pocket. I'm going to set that aside. All right, we're going to work on the front panels. So I have my handle connectors. What are they called? Handle accents. That's what we're looking for. Handle accents. All right. Charlotte is getting ready to go to a church girls camp. We have to have all of her stuff packed. And we have to take it in at 6 o'clock, right when I'm done with this video. And then my other little guy is going on his first backpacking trip and has to have his backpack tonight for that. So we've been packing. All right, so we want to fold. I'm going to use thicker tape, actually. Do I have thicker tape? I thought I did. Surely I do. That's pretty big. Hold, please. Oh, yeah. We're going to use this Big Daddy tape. I know. I think they'll have a lot of fun. I'm excited for them. I think it'll be a good time. I don't know if she has you put Decaville on the material in the pattern. I have had so many experiences of my handles tearing when they're on a bag like this. So I now always put a strip of Decaville where the handle is going to be hanging. Just my 2 cents on that. How long till your other son gets home from his mission trip? Ugh, Lori, I talked to him yesterday and he still has 13 months. I'm like, you can come home at any time now. And he just laughs at me. I don't think he is going to be coming home anytime soon. All right, and then we want to mark, measurement is in the pattern. We want to mark down on the back. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little piece of tape along the top. No, his hair has grown back. He is not bald anymore. And he's no longer in a place that is super hot. He moved to a different city in Brazil where the high is like 80 and not as humid. So he's feeling better. He's doing great. He's having a good time. Good life experience. I am ready for him to come home though. Did I mark that on the right end? Yeah, I did. Okay. So I got to figure out, I'm going to enlarge this pattern to, like I said, 120% for my daughter. So I need to figure out if these need to be longer. I'm guessing they do. Guessing so. Hi, April. Yeah, my kids have had kind of a packed summer. I don't think they've been bored at all. We've been very busy this year. So that's good. Hi, Jeannie. Okay, one more. So I did a couple of fun little shopping things with my daughter today. My 19-year-old, we went and had our favorite little playa bowls. They're acai bowls, so good. Because she was showing me pictures of these puppies from a family that we know that bred Bernedoodles. Oh my gosh, you guys. There's one little girl left who hasn't been chosen. And I'm like, oh, do we need another dog? I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I would totally get another one in a heartbeat. Okay, prepped. Sorry, that's a little time consuming, but that's just how it goes. Okay, so here is my panel. I want to mark my center down here. And I want to baste this pocket on here. Just like that. There's always room for another dog. You know what, Laura? I'm starting to think so. I agree. And then I told her, when one of you leaves home, you can take my least favorite dog with you. But I'm guessing they'll all be my favorite, so I don't know what to say about that. Don't tell Susan. Just call Kassiah the dog lady. Yep, absolutely. All right, so we want to take these and I want to make my markings. Cats don't need to be walked. I am not a cat person. Never have been. I know many people are, but cats are just not my thing. I'm just going to lay my ruler right there because this goes on either side of it. Hi, Melissa. How many dogs do you have now? I have 2. I have a big one and a little one. Marley, May, and Oakley, and they're adorable. We love them very much. And I know I don't need another one. Do I want another one? Yeah. I don't need another one. What is a Bernedoodle? Bernedoodle. It is Bernese Mountain Dog and Poodle. But these ones are 2 Bernedoodles. So it's like, you know, a couple levels down. Okay, so we got those placed on. They look correct. I'm going to take my first handle here. Like, I want it like that. So we're going to go here. And I already did my marking on the back. So this is why we had to do our handles first, right? Because they get attached directly to the bag. And I already drew my line on there for folding that down. So we're just going to go zoop. Marley May is adorable. I know, right? She's my baby. Marley May is pretty dang cute. All right, so now I'm going to sew this on. I'm going to make sure and protect. Sorry, I'm going to move this in just a little more. Like you're seeing too much of my face. I'm going to protect this just in case. Windy. I I'm going to make you buy another pattern. Well, sorry, not sorry. Like I said, I can't believe I haven't made this pattern till now. Okay, so that's my first one. So my second one's gonna go here. Ooh, she's looking good, guys. I'm going to clean my needle off just real quick. Bernedoodle is on my list for our next pup. Yeah. And a golden doodle. I love our Oakley. She's a golden doodle, even though she's black and brown, or black and gray. She is the best little thing ever. We absolutely love her. Okay, you guys. Isn't that cute? Okay, that's really cute. All right, so let's put this panel aside and we will do the second panel. Should go a little quicker. So this is at an angle, so make sure that you are putting the right piece at the bottom. I'm just gonna mark my top. I'm not gonna clip my top because of the way this bag is assembled at the very end, and you'll understand what I mean when we finish this up. This has a raw edge top for this vinyl. It doesn't if you have different materials, but for me, I'm gonna have a raw edged top. All right, so that's my middle. Hi, Ellie. Okay, good. So get our second handle. And I want it to go like that. What color theme are you doing for your enlarged one for your daughter? She wants the same combo that I did for my first one, which is like the brown designer vinyl that I used from Love Lola and Biscuit. I already have her rolled handles cut out. I'm going to give her rolled handles because she was insistent that she wanted to keep the rolled handles. So we're going to try the rolled handles again on hers. But these flat handles, man, I'm telling you what, these flat handles work too. Super cute. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. All right, make sure it's not twisted when you put it on. I'll probably just do a black lining for Annabelle's enlarged one. She just wants a plain lining on the inside. She's not into the florals or the prints or anything, which is fine. All right. Hi, Val. Hi, Sally. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing, and I blame Amber, the crafty reporter. She put one of my bows on her little bag, and I am going to do the same because it was freaking adorable. So I'm going to put a little bow on the front. I need to put my nameplate on the back there. Actually, I should have left that marking on there. That was silly of me. All right, let's see. I think I want to do it like... Where do I want it? Right there. Look right there. So we're going to do it about 2.5 inches down. And I think, okay, so it's the first and the second to the last on here. So 4 and 8. So I want to go in between those two there. And that's my center. Just finished those 2 Annabelle you were working on. That's awesome, Melissa. Okay. Amber is amazing. You are correct. She comes up with the best ideas. When I saw hers with a bow on it, I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Duh. I mean, come on. So cute. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add, I want my nameplate on the outside too, so I'm going to add my nameplate right up here real quick. Even though this is considered the back, I don't really care. Like, it doesn't matter. Front or back for that, doesn't matter. I just restocked all of those big bows too. They're all on my website right now. If you're dying to get a bow. So you can add the bow, right, Wendy? So freaking cute. All right, so for this one, let's see where I want to put it. Just right above the pocket. So maybe that's going to be right there. We're going to go all the way down here because then it'll be right above. Maybe a little bit more up. I just dropped it. Okay. So I have learned my placement for these weird. This nameplate has weird prongs on it. It's got 2 on each, like that. So I know the measurements exactly of where I need to draw my lines. It's pretty consistent. And sometimes these don't want to pop up. Come on, you. There we go. Okay. Draw my little lines. Right there. And right there. Double check. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. Beautiful. I have to do the tiniest little slits for this because the prongs are not big. All right. Get that marking pin off. Here we go. Yay, I'm glad you guys like the combo. You can thank Lindsay for the idea. She wanted me to try it out. See what she thinks of it. Oceanic black and is this saddle, Annette? I think it's saddle. Cover up those prongs and we'll move on. Yeah, I think it's saddle in it. All right, so what's next? I think we put it all together for the exterior, right? Yep, okay. Beautiful. I'm gonna put some stuff away here. Clear this out. Let's piece it together. So first, we want to piece the bottom on. I am using caramel thread. Okay, saddle is a fabulous brown. I agree. It is probably one of my favorites. That and biscuit. Saddle and biscuit are becoming my 2 favorite neutrals to put with everything. All right, so we are going to sew all across the bottom with the same amount she has in the pattern. Okay, here we go. Let me double check that I'm doing everything right. Yes, okay. Biscuit is on order. Okay. I need like 4 rolls of it when it comes in. I use it so much. All right, so you want to fold the base down. Your seam allowance is going down towards the base, and we're going to top stitch. It's sticking to my nail. Okay. Oh, you guys, it is so pretty. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so now we want to put the other side on the base. The assembly of this is kind of awesome. It's really simple. I feel like besides the rolled handles, this is a very beginner friendly pattern. I don't think many people would struggle with this. It's got a lot of cute little details, but like it's all very doable. Lots of awesome things to learn. All right, here we go. Hi, Dawn. Do you change your stitch length to top stitch? You know, I somewhat stay between 4 and 4.5 on my entire bag now. That's just kind of where I've settled in on my machine. I don't mess with my stitch length as much as I used to. I think the 4.5 is like my go-to length for mostly everything. All right. All right, so here's this. So now we want to put on our side pieces here. I'm just making sure I'm doing all this right. Okay, here we go. So you want to line up. You have these notched out areas. Those go at the bottom. And you just want to go from top to bottom here. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Where do we watch for the Tulle Caddy pattern you showed us at Swag Dash? I'll make sure and help Danny announce it when she's ready. We'll blast it everywhere. And I'll probably do a video for her when it's all ready to go for the Molly Caddy. All right, so your little notched corners should pretty much end right where your base starts. Right there, okay? So now we're gonna take that at our seam allowance and sew down. I'm going to come over here and do the other side. Okay, and then you want to pull it up and we're going to sew it on the other side, okay? I'll probably just do this one at a time. Make it a little easier to work with here. From this angle, the bow and straps look like bow tie and suspenders. That's cute. All right, so now I'm sewing on this side here, and I'm going to kind of squish it and lay it flat. Don't be afraid to squish it. Oops. And then this last side here. So I did do Decaville Light. Just, I don't know if I said all of my interfacing. Decaville Light out of all my seam allowances, like a good 1/2 inch out of my seam allowances. And then I did Decaville Heavy on the bottom, and on the lining I have some Decaville Heavy. Because this is like a drop-in type of lining, so you can do that double base there. All right. Let's start down here. All right, so we have our sides on. So the last thing to do is kind of box out this base. And you're going to kind of, it's going to kind of curve, right? So this is going to lay flat, and it kind of folds these two little edges together. And you're going to try and start right there at that seam and end right there at that seam. You're going to connect those two seams. I was a little freaked out at first, but it actually goes together super easy and nice. Again, just kind of squish it. I think I'm going to move the camera on my other side for this part, okay? All right. Make sure it's good. All right. Beautiful. So don't be afraid to squish. I'm going to try and put my needle down right where my other seam ended, okay? Which is right there. Yeah, right there, baby. It's a pretty forgiving base too. And then I'm going to try and end right there. Beautiful. You guys see that? Here to here. Okay. Next side. Here we go. Looks good. You struggle doing bottoms like that? Yeah, this one's pretty easy actually. I was a little stressed out the first time I did it, and I was like, oh, that wasn't a big deal. It's not as hard as you think it's going to be, I think. Okay. She's done. We are going to just trim down some seams and then we will turn it out. We'll turn it out and see what we got. Okay. I'm just going to trim down a little bit, not a ton. I'm not going to trim the very top. I want that to stay long. And then we just need to go to our lining. Actually, our zipper panel and then our lining. Okay, I'm going to blast it with heat before I turn it out, just so it's a little easier. Hold, please. Anything that I can do to save on my hands. Oh my goodness, so cute. All right, so I'm gonna kind of give it some squishes. Do you guys, can you see how adorable this is? Oh my goodness, this camera, just a minute. I mean, you guys, that's pretty stinking cute. And you know, the sides will be snapped in, kind of like that. So, okay, very cute. Let's move on. Do you love it or do you disagree? That hasn't been said in a while, huh? I love it. All right, I'm gonna move the camera back. Plug her back in. Let's continue. All right. Good. All right, so I need to work on my zipper panel. It has a little cute zipper panel. We're gonna make that real quick. And then we'll assemble our lining. All right. Here we go. Yay, Carla. I'm excited to see you. Oh, it's coming. All right, so this is my zipper panel pieces. I'm just marking my, I think I'm doing this a little different than she has in the pattern. I'm just doing it my way. I did it my way. All right, I think I cut it pretty long. I like to have extra. Okay. This is kind of crazy down here. Let's just cut this straight across, actually. Okay, so I want to do the turn on my zipper. I still have 3 bedrooms that are not doing anything. Ooh, Carla. I know. Okay, that's good to know. I bet Danny and Brian would love to stay with us. I think Susan and I were planning on staying with you. I think. Now, I also think that this bag could be left without a zipper panel or just have a snap. So, totally up to you what you want to do on that. I think either way would work for this bag. Okay. All right, I need one more bite of pretzel, guys. All right, here we go. All right, so let's get our zipper panel going. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I usually have things like this prepped and I forgot. Hi, Sonia. What's my time? 5 o'clock? Oh, yeah. Guys, we're going to make it. We are going to make it. Rock on. Plenty of time. See, my tape disconnected. Grr. I texted Susan today. I'm like, wait a minute. It's the 2nd week of the month. Don't we have quilting block? And she's all, yep, I'm prepping it for you. I'm like, you're the best. So we have our quilt block of the month on Thursday at 10:30. Just FYI. Thanks to the fabulous Susan. Can't sleep. It's midnight here. Oh, Bev, I'm sorry. Such a great sister. Yep, she's the best. She's the best. fold it that way. Aw, thank you, Bev. That's very sweet of you. No sleep over here either. Oh my goodness, you guys. I feel your pain. I could not fall asleep last night. I finally got up around 1:30 and took a melatonin. Okay. So I'm going to do my tape on this and then we will sew on the zipper. I do it one strip down each right side of my pieces. It just takes the place of basting. And I feel like it holds it all in place better as you're sewing it and it doesn't shift, okay? All right, here we go. I am just going to separate it. And put it on. Okay, so I like to start the first one right where the fold ends is where I put my zipper. That's where I start it. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom, right sides together, and then you sandwich a lining on top. Okay. Oh, you know what? I had to change my foot on this one. This is done at that smaller seam allowance. And even though I have a skinny foot, it's not skinny enough. Right? Is this the smaller seam allowance or no? Am I thinking of a different pattern? I think I'm thinking of a different pattern. Oh, come on, computer. You guys. I am thinking of a different pattern. This one stays the same. My computer's not cooperating, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, there it is. I was right. I was right. Smaller seam allowance. Not the end of the world if you do the 1/4 inch, but we'll do it how she says in the pattern. Okay, here we go. I know the one I did last night I had to keep switching. So I'm going to keep this on and do the other side, and then I'll change it out to top stitch. All right, so I start it right where it ends, right along. I am now big into just separating your zipper. It is so much easier than to try and deal with the two sides. I don't know. Dawn, I have to run to the airport to pick up my 93-year-old mother-in-law. Aw. Wow, that's awesome. Have fun. Okay, so that right there. All right, so now I can change my foot out and we can top stitch these and move on to the lining. One of these days I'll downsize this huge screwdriver, but today's not that day. All right. My needle feels sticky. I'm going to clean it off. Needle check. All right. Beautiful. Hi, Tony. You know what I did last time is I just trimmed that tiny little piece there so it didn't stick out. Sometimes that vinyl seems to stick out. I think, so I'm using this checkered canvas on the inside. This is Wonderground. I have no idea if she has it on her website right now or not, but it is super cute. All right, so now I'm going to top stitch and baste these zipper panels together. Okay, there's one side. Let's do the second. Oh, good. They have it. Thank you, Annette, for linking that. Okay, so those are my zipper panels. Let's move on to my lining. Okay, I am going to go ahead and fold this in half and just clip my center. And this one too. lining is super easy because we already did the slip pocket, so we just have to attach it. Here's my slip pocket, here's my lining. This way. I think that just, oh, it just goes along the whole bottom. That's right. So I want to clip this. So the slip pocket is made to kind of stick out just a tiny bit. So it is wider on the top side. So you're going to kind of push those edges up and in, right? So you're going to kind of clip them up, just to give you a little room for your stuff. And I am going to sew all the way around, baste this pocket on first before I separate it. Hi, Chastity. So do you see how it kind of like bows out? It's supposed to be that way. That is correct. Probably need to check my bobbin here soon. Hi, sister. All right, so I'm going to clip my center up here. So this bag, the way it's finished as the drop-in is different than anything that I've ever done before. And you guys will see what I mean at the very end. It's really cool, pretty simple and easy. I think you're gonna love it. All right, that's my center. And I'm just going to come back down. Very easy. Nothing fancy. This week's block is fun. Yay! All right, so there's my lining. I am going to go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put my zipper attached to it. Because last time I got it all done and then I forgot to do my zipper. And I had to take some things apart and insert it. So I'm going to go ahead and baste my zipper in, because it will not hurt a dang thing if I do that now. Okay, and then I'm going to do that to my other lining piece. Now, I don't know, I don't think Lindsay is on here anymore. I don't know if she says to use a bigger seam allowance on the lining. I think she means on all of it. So we're going to try that. All right. This one goes on here. I'm going to baste this sucker on so it's right side up. My goal tomorrow is get my Johnny B all interfaced. I haven't done that yet. I need to interface my Johnny B. Okay, so there's that. We've got our side panels here and my bottom piece. I am going to go ahead. I didn't do this yet. I'm going to go ahead. I have some Decaville Heavy on here. I'm going to sew this Decaville Heavy on just so it doesn't want to budge on me while I'm putting the whole bag together. I've got Decaville Light on all the exterior and Decaville Heavy on the bottom. But I have it on both the lining and the exterior bottoms because that's what she recommends in the pattern. I didn't do it on my first one because I didn't see that. So I made sure to do it on this one to see how we like it. Bigger seam allowance for all of it. Isn't that how you, yeah, is that how you see it too, Kathleen? Okay. So let's try it. I didn't do that on my first one, but let's try that on my second. And I need to check my bobbin real quick. I hear it spinning. Yep. Ooh, guys. That was pretty much done. Look at that. My son served a 2-year mission, but in Washington State. I prayed he wouldn't leave the States. I think I cried a river the first year. Aw. I haven't cried except for when he left, but I do miss my little dude a lot. All right. All right, let's do it. So we assemble this lining pretty much the same way we did the exterior. All right, except she has you using a bigger seam allowance for all of it. So let's try it. I didn't do that on my first one because I thought, well, if I do a bigger seam allowance for all of it, then will it still line up if at the top if I do a drop-in lining? I don't know. Takeovers on Friday. I finally just finished my practice one. Yay! It looked so good. I saw your picture, Susan. Just got some RDID fabric from Amazon. Thinking of doing Linds' new pattern, Julie Jet Setter. Oh, yeah. That one looks good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and top stitch like I did on my other one. The checks are kind of trippy when you're sewing them. Kind of plays with your eyes a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to get my second one here. And we will attach it. Boom. Okay, and then I want to top stitch. Now I want to put on my little side pieces. So I think with these, I'm going to start at the normal seam allowance and increase it. Because I'm a little worried it's going to not fit in my bag if I do it all at that bigger seam allowance. I don't know. Yeah, Susan's going to be sewing the Joseph by Shambhala. It's a pattern that I've been wanting to do but haven't gotten around to. I think she's going to do a great job with it. Her practice one turned out amazing. It's like she's a professional or something now, you guys. It's so crazy. All right. Let's do it. All right, so now I'm connecting these sides up here to the other side, just like we did on the exterior. And then we're gonna put the two together after we do the bottom piece. We gotta do the bottom piece first. All right, there we go. Don't be afraid to squish it. All right, so now I'm going to do these little boxed bottoms here. Might be a little different because of our seam allowance, but we can make it work. It's going to lay just a little different. All right, let's do it. Squish. Get in there. Okay, there, and now on this side here, come on, get in there. All right, so I need to trim down my seam allowances, and then we're going to drop this in. How about that? So I'm not trimming up at the top because I want that to lay flat, but I can trim the rest of this. All right, you guys, dun 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 dun. Dun. Here we go. Just a minute. I think we're gonna go like this and drop you down just right there. Okay, so couple of things. Lindsay told me if I was doing a vinyl bag, I could take a 1/2 inch off the top of the entire exterior because the way this goes is you slide your lining in like this. All right. Oh, that's a good fit. Oh my gosh, you guys, it fits. I mean, so good. So your lining should line up right where your Decaville ends. So I cut down a 1/2 inch on my top because I'm only going to do a single fold over. So this exterior is going to fold over the raw edge of my lining like that, and I'll sew it. And then that's how you finish the top. So in the pattern, she uses woven canvas material. So she has you do a double fold on this top exterior. But if you're using vinyl, take a 1/2 inch off the top and do a single fold down. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to put 2 rows of tape on this. I'm going to do 1 row right below the Decaville to where I'm going to stick my lining. And then I'm going to do another row at the top edge of the exterior for where I'm folding down my seam. Okay, so let's do some tape and get this going. No, this is like, guys, this is a great fun bag. You guys are going to love making this. I'm telling you. All right, so I'm going to do first row of tape right under the Decaville to where my lining is going to sit in there. Come on, tape, don't do that to me. So you do sew this last top stitch from the inside of your bag. So you really need to make sure that your bobbin side of your machine looks good, right? You really want that stitching to look good on both top and bottom for this last stitch. Hi, Wendy. We're almost done, but not quite there yet. Almost. I don't think I'm going to have time to put in the snaps on the side, but that's okay. You guys will get the gist of it. Ah, tape sticking. And you want to lay that seam open, right? Nice and flat. Okay, so there's that first row tape. And now I'm going to put another row right at the top, and it'll go down like that. I'll be wiping my needle quite a bit throughout this to make sure that it's not sticky too. Because I will be sewing through this tape, you know. You guys see what I'm doing okay over here? Now, if you just want to clip it and call it good, you could clip it. I really like using the tape for it to stay in place. All right, all taped. So this bow is supposed to be the front of the bag. So I'm gonna put my lining in here. Okay. And I'm going to start by lining up my seams. So again, I'm lining up the bottom of the lining is going to be lined up with the end of the Decaville on my bag. So I'm going to slowly take my tape off here. I'm going to line up these seams first. So I really want my seams lined up right there and right here. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to come over on this side and line up these seams. You see how I'm taping it? Hopefully that's, you can understand that. Okay, so now I want to go and fit in the rest here. So I'm going to kind of straighten mine out. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then here. Straighten it out. Oh, looks good. Oh my goodness. Look how perfectly that lining, you guys. I don't know if you can see. It is such a good fit. It is such a good fit. I love it. Okay, so last thing I have to do is just fold down the top. That's it. I'm like, where did my tape end? There we go. Seems fiddly. It's not. It's pretty easy, actually. It just takes some patience and sitting there getting it to lay right. So I'm going to just start folding this down. Again, I like to start where my seams are, so I get that nice right there. And now you're just going to fold it all down. Pretty dang easy for finishing up a bag. Gosh. No turning. No worrying about leaving seams open. Kind of awesome. Now, if you didn't like this raw edge of the vinyl here on the inside, you could do a double fold. Just make sure that your machine can handle all the layers you're going to be doing, okay? Oh, like a glove. That's right, Sheila. I mean, pretty awesome, if you ask me. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at that. See? So all we have to do now is just top stitch that down. And basically it's done. We just have to put snaps on these corners. Ah, it's so pretty. Okay. Let's finish her off. I'm going to move the camera one more time. This way, not on me. Move over. Camera. Oh, thank you, Nancy. All right, let's clean off our little space. I'm going to get a little alcohol wipe ready to go. Now, I always don't know where to start. I think I'm going to start on the side because it kind of blends in with my brown sides. So we're going to go on the side. Get under there. All right, here we go. Now, could I take this to my cylinder arm? Absolutely. But I'm not going to do that today. Come on, bend. Didn't want to bend for me. There we go. It's like you gave me too much shape. This one has more more structure than my last one because of the double decavel along the bottom, so it's not wanting to go where I want it to go. There we go. Just take time to reposition everything as you go, and you should be good. Okay. Yeah, baby. Oh my goodness. She's cute. You guys. Look how adorable. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if bags come off as cute as I think they are on these videos. Oh my gosh. How is it that I never have enough space in here? Okay. Look how cute she is. There's front. There's the back. There's the butt. Here's the innards.
Where are the work gloves?
So adorable. Work gloves are out in the garage. I'll help you. I'm almost done. I'm just going to put on the zipper. Oh my gosh, I just killed a clip. I have so many clips on the floor. All right, I'm just going to put on the zipper real quick so you guys can see it close, and then we'll be done. I'll have to come back later and do the snaps on the sides and the zipper end cap. Yeah, you can alternatively put some D-ring connectors right on the inside seam if you wanted a crossbody strap on this. Totally. Okay, so that's the top. And then I just wanted to kind of show you. So the snaps, you measure in and put a snap right there, just like a metal snap. And then this, I'm just going to put a clip so you can kind of envision what it looks like when it's snapped in. It's really cute. Don't sleep on that snap because it totally finishes the design of the bag. Okay. So when it's all snapped, it kind of folds in like this. Isn't that cute? So cute. And that's it. So pretty much this bag has two fronts with the way I did it. There's the front and there's the front. Oh, she turned out really cute. All right. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. 2 lives in 2 days. I don't know who I am. Like, I don't know. You're welcome. I can't believe I did it. Maybe we'll go 3 for 3. I don't know. Things coming up. We have Quilt Block of the Month on Thursday at 10:30. Susan's doing a Sister Susan takeover on Friday with the Joseph bag from Shambhala. And our sew along for Patreon is tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And I need to get working on that. I need to figure out how to interface that Johnny B. So All right. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. Everything I used today, along with the link for the pattern, is down below in the description. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.